How much debt do you hold? Debt is threatening more retirement dreams. Only 56% of Americans expect to be mortgage-free in retirement, according to Friends First. This coming as 53% of people do not have a private pension for themselves or have a spouse with one. Joining us right now is Ramsey Solutions financial expert and author of Retire Inspired, Chris Hogan. And Chris, it is good to see you, as always. But, you know, this whole debt issue, people don't realize how this will kill you. I mean, what advice do you want to give Americans who have a mortgage, but they don't have a private pension, and they're looking at this mortgage taking them way into retirement?
Well, Maria, I'd say it's really about sitting down and understanding your options. You want to know that, your mortgage payment is the largest payment that you're making. So the last thing you want to do is carry this mortgage into retirement. And so I would encourage people to really sit down, take a look, and understand, where are they? The median mortgage payment right now is about $1,030 per month. And so if they can refinance or even look at downsizing their home or even taking a radical step and even selling the home and going to rent, just so they don't saddle themselves or their retirement dreams with this amount of debt moving forward.
Chris, one of the things we're talking about is taxes today. Hopefully we can get the Senate to come around on it so then the House can also do something. But is the main takeaway, should we get tax reform and people start keeping more of their own check, should they not even recognize that and just put that money away, put it into retirement, start to save it? Or what's the best plan for them should we get some tax cuts or tax reform?
Well, I can say this. I know from the tax side of things, we're always going to have this political debate and this push and the pull. But I think the best way to give someone a raise is for them to get themselves out of debt and be intentional with their own budgeting. And so I think we have to look at this. The small moves with tax reform and all of that, we'll never get a chance to maximize it if we don't look at things and understand truly, how does money work?
Chris, let me pose this question to you. Why is it bad to have a mortgage? Because if you have a really reasonable mortgage payment and the alternative is renting, as something that you mentioned, rent is rent, mortgage at least is going toward an asset that you own. Because it's been this long-running kind of idea in financial planning, like you have to have your home paid off. Well, if it means freeing up more of your, because again, once your home's paid off, that asset's not liquid.
Well, I think it's this, Dagan. I think it's a matter of understanding there's nothing wrong with owning a home, but I'm looking at what is the thing that's going to stand in the way of me living my dreams and doing what I want. And so it's a better situation and it's less risk if you have that home paid off for taking the median payment of $1,030. Instead of that going to the bank, now you have an opportunity to use that in your community or to use that for family. And so I say it's the better plan to go into retirement without that mortgage debt, you freeing up your income to do more of the things you want when you want to do it.
Chris, is there some other government policy that would be helpful in this situation? Something, for example, that Republicans would feel comfortable passing beyond tax reform, or some aspect of tax reform that could actually encourage people to do this?
Well, I don't think we're going to be able to necessarily legislate freedom. I think the freedom and responsibility ultimately comes down to every home in the United States. We all need a debt reduction plan. We all need an emergency savings plan. We need a plan for our money. And so looking for the government to save the day, I think, is the wrong approach. We've hired, we've voted, we've got elected officials in there that should be representing the people. But above all, the American people need to represent themselves, stand up and protect themselves daily by having a plan for their money.
And a plan and also a savings account. I mean, you've got to force yourself to pay yourself first, right, Chris? When you get paid, you have to say to yourself, I'm going to put this amount in this account. So you start creating that nest egg of your own.
You really do. And Maria, savings is not a natural habit that comes with us for Americans. We are consumers. And so what you have to do is start to save by being intentional. Savings comes from focus. So utilizing your 401k, utilizing your 403bs, but being intentional and not waiting on someone to do it for you, but you start to help yourself.
Chris, it's good to see you this morning. Thank you so much.